Hey, what's up, guys? I'm doing a Battlewasp deck profile. So, my friend had requested for me to make this deck, and so this is what I came up with. So, yeah. Um, Last night was really interesting. I don't want to go into any stuff at this point. But it was kind of rough what happened last night. Like I said, I don't want to go into any details, but yeah, it was it was just kind of bad. So yeah, but anyways, let's get into the deck file. So this is my own version take on the decks. So yeah, it's if it's bad, I apologize. I don't really know much about Battle Wasp other than they're a synchro type of deck. So yeah, so three of rapid fire. So when this card's normal summon, you can target one level 3 or lower insects in your grave, special in defense. And then if this card is destroyed by punch card, you can special summon one battle walsh from your hand or deck. So it's not bad. And I'm sure you guys are probably thinking like, why is there two Injector Hornet or Injector Dragonfly? Well, because of the new bandit that was released yesterday, Dragonfly is now at two. So yeah, that's why that's there. So yeah, and then I have seen some people run a different type of engine, and I've seen some people run injectors with them with Battle Wasp. So I thought I would try the injector engine just because injectors are actually kind of interesting. So yeah, so injectors are all about popping cards by equipping Injector Hornet. So Centipede, pretty much whenever the equipped card is destroyed, you can add one card from your deck to your hand, and then Dragonfly is the one that lets you, yeah, special summon a Injector from your deck except itself. So yeah, so pretty much these two, you go Dragonfly, effect, equip Hornet, and then search out Centipede, and then or search someone out Centipede, and then from him effect or Hornet's effect, and then Centipede effect destroy, and then you get to add one. So it's like I said, it's really quite good, and yeah, it's just kind of a interesting engine that you can run. So yeah. So Twin Bow, the attacker, three of those. So during your main phase, you can just summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon from your extra deck except for insect monsters, which isn't really big of an issue. And then this card can make a second attack during each battle phase. So, which you're not going to really attack with it, but you know it can be somewhat useful. So, yeah. And Hornet. So you can send this card to the grave to target one card on the field and destroy it. So it can help destroy a monster or a back row. So yeah, pretty much. It's not as good as what it once was in the wind up injector format, but back in what was that 2012, 2013, something like that. So um, maybe it was even before that, but anyways, yeah, it's not as good as what it once was, but it's still kind of good. So two ash and then two droll just for hand traps that you can use to shock your opponent. Um, so yeah, and then three sting the poison. Does this card's normal special? You can add he's face your searcher, so you can add one battle wasp monster from your deck or hand. And then quick effect, you can trigger one other insect monster, then target one effect monster your opponent controls negate its effect. So that that can also be kind of nice depending on the situation. So yeah, and then pin the bullseye. If you control a insect monster, you can special this card from your hand, and then you can inflict basically 200 damage for each Battlewasp that you control, except for each Battlewasp pin the bullseye that you control. Okay. And then Battlewasp Dart the Hunter. So when your Battlewasp monster destroys a monster that is owned by an opponent by battle, you can discard and inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. Excuse me. And then you can target one other insect monster you control. It's treated as a tuner this turn, and then you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for insects. So, again, not really that much of an issue. So, one day piece. I think your only target for that is, or your only two targets is pin and dart. So, yeah. Regeki, I saw someone run it, so I thought I'd throw it in here. I think this deck can actually push your game fairly easily. So yeah, it's nice to help clear board anyway. So, um, summoning swarm. So target a level 4 lower Battlewasp in your grave, up to a number. Excuse me. Up to a number of monsters your opponent controls. Special them. And then again, you can't special summon monsters for current extra except for insects. So that's actually not bad. And then full sparrow, probably for hornet or anything else that you need. So yeah. And then Revival Swarm. Sorry, I'm tired this morning. I was on the up in Washington, uh, visiting family, and so I was two, 6 o'clock over there in the morning. So I'm kind of readjusting time. So I apologize if I'm tired, but yeah. So target one Battlewasp in your graveyard. Special. Sorry. And then you can banish this card from your grave, then target one insect monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects until the end of the next turn. So that's actually really quite good. And then 2 insects imitation. So you choose one monster, special 1 insect from your deck, whose level is 1 higher than the treated monster. So that's actually really quite good in this deck. You can trigger a Injector or a Battlewasp and then bring out this. Or you can do this and bring out a Injector. So it's actually really kind of good. So, and then 2 Tone Twister for, again, any backer or I cannot think of that. Mystic Mind. That's what I was trying to think of. So, yeah. And then Battlewasp Nest. So when your Battlewasp monster is targeted for an attack, you can special 1 Battlewasp from your hand or deck. And if you do, place 1 counter on this card. Then end the battle phase. During the end phase, send this card with 2 or more counters on it to the graveyard. That's pretty much it. Okay. I thought I was gonna do something a little more than that. I mean, I guess it does negate attack, but yeah, it'd probably be better to run something else more over that, like the Dragonfly, or like I said, something else. So um, now for the extra deck. So I mean, I'm only running 2 of each of the synchros just because I don't know how often that you can summon them. So yeah. So if this card's special summon, you can banish all insect monsters from your graveyard. All monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense for each banished insect. Ew, that's kind of gross. That's actually really, really good. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. If this card is synchro summon, or if the synchro summon card is in its owner's is destroyed by its owner's card, you can special 3 of your banish low 11 or lower insects. Huh, interesting. So this guy. So this card can if this let me restart. This card that was synchro summon using a synchro monster as a material can make a second attack during each battle phase. Alright. When this card inflicts damage, battle damage to your opponent, you can have all monsters your opponent controls lose 1,000 attack and defense. Alright. At the end of the battle phase, in which your opponent did not take battle damage, you inflict 300 points of damage for each Battlewasp in your graveyard. Huh, interesting. I wish their support was better, or else I'd probably make them like in real life, but I already got someone else that's playing for real life that um, I'm going back to, so I'll show you guys at the end of this video. So, now for him. So, once per battle during the damage calc, if this card attacked your opponent's with a equal or higher attack, quick effect, you can have your opponent's monsters attack during damage calc only. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can inflict 200 points of damage for each Battlewasp monster you control. So that's I mean the half of the attack, the halving the attack is good, but it's just the other effect is kind of And then synchro. So when your opponent takes damage by a Battlewasp effect, even during damage up, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. And then when a monster is destroyed by a battle involving your Battlewasp, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special this card in defense, but it gets banished whenever it leaves the field. So, yeah, I mean, it's okay, but yeah. And then one great fly because the whole Battlewasp or win. So yeah. And then 2 of the Insector Link monster. So this card is Link Summon. You can discard 1 card, then target 1 insect monster, equip it from your deck to it as a quick spell. Sorry. And then the equipped monster gains fire attack and defense. And then you target 3 insects in your grave, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw 1 card. So that's actually not bad. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Battlewasp deck file. Now to show you guys what I'm putting back together. It's something that I play at locals. I think about a month ago. It's the Archfiends. So because of the new ban I can actually do a lot of stuff with this and make it a lot more disgusting. Because of Judgment being back at 3, I can run the Guiding Ariadne and just run the whole strike Solemn Strike or Solemn package and just make it really, really disgusting. So, yeah. So I'm considering doing that, and I'm considering doing like a lot of things to this. So expect a update to that in the future. Um, but yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the Battlewasp duels. Hopefully, when I play this deck in action, it'll change my mind on a little bit of the opinions I had in the deck file, but I'll just have to see. So, but yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the duel videos. Alright, I guess.